Alright, so we have this animation set up and we want to carry this animation over into Unreal Engine. So let's open up Launch Control, go down to the DCC bridge, and then change the file format from Alembic to UE5 FBX. The first thing we see is we get a pop-up saying that we have a lot of triangles in our mesh. So because of that, we will try to use the LP to high P workflow. So basically, that means we're using a low poly or a proxy version of the car, and then reconnecting the high poly or the full quality data set inside Unreal Engine. To do that, let's just open up the settings. So we have a few more things here. So the first thing we want to do is use the animated skeletal mesh. And this is what we want to export first of all. So what we want to do is export a proxy quality of this car. So we haven't generated proxy yet. So let's just click generate proxy. And we should see that right now we have a proxy mesh set up. Let's change the quality to proxy. We can see the message disappears. We should probably set up our file name here. So we'll just export it relative to the saved blend file. So let's call this one for skeletal mesh and export. So when you do that, our car jumped to another location in the scene. To be able to use this animation inside Unreal, we need a bind pose. And by default, the bind pose will be happening at frame 0 in our animation. So Blender is basically asking us, or Launch Control is asking us, if this pose that you see in the viewport right now is okay for the bind pose. In most cases, the answer would just be yes. So let's just continue the export and see how that works inside Unreal Engine. Great. So that exported, and now we can open up, and we can see we have our skeletal mesh FBX right here. Let's open up Unreal Engine, and let's just drop in this FBX. We'll get a few different settings. So the first thing we want to do is go into animations, then make sure to uncheck import only animations because we want to actually import the skeletal mesh as well. So let's hit import and wait for it to import. The import should be pretty fast because we're just working with the proxy model and we can drag in our animation sequence here. Let's just zero out the transforms, then just pull the animation, the initial position here. And you can see actually this first frame is the bind pose, and then the car jumps to the actual animation after that. The bind pose just makes sure that we can always change the animation later because all the bind poses of all the different animations we make will always be the same. Now let's jump back into Blender and actually export our high quality mesh instead. So what we want to do is change the create Unreal asset to static mesh and then click full mesh. Now we can change this one to static mesh and hit export again. Again, we are asked if we want to use this as a bind pose. Again, this is just to make sure that our proxy model and our static high quality mesh is going to be at the exact same position in the beginning. With that, let's open up Unreal again. Let's just create a folder for our new static mesh and then drop in our static mesh here. Now we get this pop-up and we can go in and check if all the settings are correct. And let's hit import. I've just taken all the materials and put them inside a material folder. So we have all our static meshes here and we can simply click all of them and drag them into our scene. Now we can zero out the transform again on these guys. So then we should see that they will be matching exactly with our proxy model. That is great. Now it's time to actually reconnect these two things. So let's delete them from the scene and then set up a blueprint where we're going to reconnect everything. So let's go back into content. Let's right click, blueprint class, actor. Let's call this one for LP to high P model. And then drop this into the scene. Let's again just zero out the transforms. And now inside the blueprint, what we want to do is actually drag in skeletal mesh. So that's this guy. See, it's in here. And then we want to take all our static meshes. But first, let's just take the most important parts, which are the tires and the body. Let's take these guys and drop them in here and then start to connect them up. So you can see they're already fitting in location, but you'll see that if we play back the animation, the high poly meshes are not following along. To make them do that, what we need to do is to actually use some rebase bones inside the rig. So let's take the body first and then go here to the parent socket and search for rebase. Then there's one called body deform rebase. That's the one we need. Then let's do the same for the wheel. Great. So that's all of the wheels set up to the rebase bones. And now you should be able to see that when we play back our animation, both of our models are following along. Now we can go down here to the bottom and just change the visibility to off. And we should actually see it's our high poly model that's doing the animation now. The last thing we want to do is just to connect all the extra parts that we haven't added yet. For now, I will just drop in a few of them. But the way you would do it is simply to take the models and drop them inside the corresponding objects in here. So basically this one would be under wheel RR. This one would be under wheel front R. This one would be under wheel rear left. And this one would be under wheel front left. Here, just a few more connected, and I think we're good to go. Let's compile and save this guy, and then head back into our scene where we can see our car is set up and ready to go. Now we can add a level sequence. So let's right click here, cinematic level sequence. Let's just open this guy up, and then we can drop in our blueprint, click the little plus, go to animation, and set up our animation. And now we can see how everything is playing back, just like we wanted. One little thing you might notice, it's a little bit hard to see here, but actually the wheels do wobble a little bit. So you can see here now I've set up a camera inside the blueprint, just looking at the wheel of the car. And you can see when we play back, we have some sort of weird jitter in the animation. And this here is actually caused by the bone compression that Unreal Engine adds by default to our launch control animation, or to any animation, to be honest. So let's go back into the content browser. Let's pick the animation sequence and just make sure to get rid of this so Unreal doesn't mess up our animation. You go into asset details, and then you can drop down to bone compression settings and just change this one to the one called default recorder bone compression. Let's hit save. And now we should see that when we're playing back, we have no more annoying jitter, but everything looks nice and smooth.